Let's talk about a wild financial rumor lighting up the internet right now, one that's got everyone from armchair investors to seasoned analysts buzzing with speculation and hot takes. The claim that China, Brazil, and Japan, three economic giants, are supposedly dumping their US assets in a coordinated move to buy into a new cryptocurrency called Pi Network. Social media is ablaze with posts, videos, and memes about this alleged financial power play, and the rumor mill is spinning faster than ever. The story has all the makings of a blockbuster thriller: global superpowers, shadowy digital money, and the looming threat of economic chaos. It's the kind of narrative that captures imaginations and stirs up anxiety in equal measure. Just picture it. US Treasury bonds, long considered the bedrock of global finance, being swapped out for a phone-mined cryptocurrency that's barely out of beta testing. It sounds almost too wild to be true, and yet, that's exactly what's being whispered across forums and chat groups. For crypto enthusiasts, this rumor feels like the dawn of a new era, a chance for digital currencies to finally take center stage. But for most financial analysts, it's pure wishful thinking, more like fan fiction than fact. They see it as a fantasy spun by those desperate for their coins to moon, rather than a credible shift in global economics. So, what's really happening behind the headlines? Is there any substance to these viral claims? Or are we just witnessing another case of internet-fueled hysteria? Why would countries even consider selling off US assets, and what would motivate them to jump into a relatively untested cryptocurrency? These are big questions with even bigger implications. And what exactly is Pi Network? Is it a revolutionary new technology, or just another speculative bubble waiting to burst? Should everyday investors be worried, or is this just another passing internet fad? Tonight, we'll break down the facts, sift through the fiction, and find out whether this story signals a true financial revolution, or if it's just more internet noise. Let's dive in and uncover the truth together. Dumping. US assets sounds dramatic, but in finance, it just means selling a large amount quickly, like a fire sale. The assets in question? Mostly US Treasury bonds, IOUs from the US government, considered the safest investment on Earth. Countries buy these to park their cash safely, and the US pays them back with interest, so why dump them? Usually it signals panic, a need for cash, or a political move. If China suddenly sold off its bonds, it could destabilize the US economy by driving up borrowing costs. Gradual selling is normal portfolio management. Dumping is sudden and aggressive, hinting at crisis or strategy. The rumors suggest chaos, a hostile move, not a routine adjustment. But is that what's really happening? Let's look closer at what these countries would supposedly buy instead. Spoiler, it's not what you'd expect. Enter Pi Network, a cryptocurrency you mine on your phone by tapping a button daily. It promises easy access, no energy-guzzling computers, and a utopian vision of crypto for everyone. Millions have joined, hoping their digital coins will one day be worth something. But here's the catch: Pi isn't fully launched. You can't trade it, sell it, or use it for anything real yet. Its value is entirely theoretical, like airline miles for an airline that doesn't exist. So why would a country trade real, stable assets for a digital token with no market value? To financial experts, the idea is baffling, like swapping gold for Beanie Babies. Let's get real. When you hear headlines about countries selling off US assets, it can sound dramatic, even alarming. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Why would a country decide to change up its financial wardrobe, so to speak, and move away from US holdings? The answer, at its core, is diversification. Just like a smart investor wouldn't put all their money into a single stock, countries don't want to rely too heavily on one nation's assets, no matter how stable or powerful that nation might be. No one wants all their eggs in one basket, even if it's American-made. By spreading their investments across different currencies and assets, countries can better protect themselves from unexpected shocks or changes in the global economy. Take China, for example. Over the years, it's been gradually reducing its US holdings, a process known as de-dollarization. This isn't about making a sudden exit, but rather about slowly shifting to a more balanced portfolio. Sometimes, countries need to free up cash for practical reasons, like paying for imports, stabilizing their own currency during turbulent times, or funding massive infrastructure projects that drive economic growth and create jobs at home. It's not always about doom and gloom. Sometimes, it's just about making smart, forward-thinking decisions to keep their finances healthy. In fact, for many central banks, adjusting their portfolios is a routine part of risk management, not a sign of panic. Of course, geopolitics also play a role. US-China relations are complicated, and sometimes holding a lot of US debt can be both a source of leverage and a potential liability, depending on how the relationship evolves. For some countries, gradually selling off US bonds is a way to reduce risk, assert more financial independence, and avoid being too exposed to any one country's policies or economic swings. This process is usually slow and measured, not a sudden rush for the exits. It's about strategy, not panic. Think of it as a careful chess move, not a dramatic breakup. Countries are simply adjusting their positions to stay ahead in a complex, ever-changing global game. So, despite what the headlines might suggest, these changes are rarely about anger or crisis. They're about planning for the future. The rumors often exaggerate a real trend, turning a gradual shift into a supposed crisis that simply doesn't exist. So, what would actually happen if the so-called dumping of US assets were real? Let's break it down and separate fact from fiction. Imagine waking up to headlines that China, Japan, and Brazil have suddenly decided to dump their US Treasury bonds overnight. It sounds like the plot of a financial thriller, but what would actually happen if the world's biggest foreign holders of US debt pulled the plug all at once? The immediate impact would be chaos in the bond market. Prices for US Treasuries would plummet as a flood of selling overwhelms buyers. Interest rates would skyrocket, making it much more expensive for everyone to borrow money, whether you're trying to buy a house, finance a car, or run a business. As borrowing costs surge, businesses would cut back on investment, consumers would spend less, and the economy could grind to a halt. Unemployment would likely rise, and the risk of a deep recession would loom large. Stock markets would react instantly, with panic selling and wild volatility. Investors would scramble to find safe havens, but even assets once considered safe might suddenly look risky. The shockwaves wouldn't stop at America's borders. Because the US dollar is the world's reserve currency, a crisis here would send ripples through every major economy, disrupting trade, investment, and global financial stability. Countries holding large reserves of US dollars would see the value of their assets drop sharply, putting pressure on their own economies and financial systems. But here's the catch: such a coordinated move is almost unheard of. Dumping treasuries on this scale would hurt the sellers too, slashing the value of their own reserves and destabilizing their economies. It's a financial doomsday scenario that makes for dramatic headlines, but in reality, it's extremely unlikely. The risks are simply too high for everyone involved. The real world is far more complicated, with countless checks, balances, and interests at play. Markets are messy, and outcomes are rarely as dramatic as the worst-case scenarios suggest. So, what are politicians and policymakers saying about these risks? And what are they actually doing to prevent such a crisis from ever happening? Enter Donald Trump, never one to miss a headline. He's used the rumors to blame weak leadership and claim only he can restore respect for the US economy. His comments are all about national pride, not economic reality. No details, no policy, just bravado. He doesn't address the Pi network angle. Even he seems to find that too far-fetched. For his supporters, it's red meat. For markets, it's just noise. The real story is more complicated than any campaign speech. Let's get back to the facts. So, is a market collapse likely? Not really. China and others are slowly reducing US holdings, but there's no evidence of a sudden dump. And there's zero proof, none, that any country is buying Pi network coin. The idea of a deliberate dump to crash the US economy is self-defeating. China would hurt itself as much as America. The Pi network isn't even tradable. There's no way to move that kind of money into it. This is a viral internet story, not a real financial threat. Corrections and recessions happen, but not because of this rumor. Let's connect the dots. Or not. Here's the bottom line. The story of China dumping US assets for Pi network is fiction. The truth? China is slowly diversifying away from the dollar, but there's no panic, no dumping, and definitely no Pi buying spree. The dumping narrative is exaggerated, and the Pi angle is pure fantasy, likely spread by Pi enthusiasts to hype their project. Millions have invested time in Pi, hoping for a payday, so the rumor is great marketing, but there's no evidence, no mechanism, and no reality behind it. It's a classic case of internet misinformation, a real trend twisted into a viral fantasy. When you see wild headlines, ask who benefits, and check the facts. There are no dots to connect here, just a story spun from thin air. So what should you do? Relax. The rumor is just that, a rumor. Your retirement isn't at risk from a phone-mined crypto. The global financial system is more resilient than internet hype suggests. Be skeptical of sensational stories, especially from unverified sources or investment forums. Always check reputable news before believing wild claims. Understand real trends, like slow de-dollarization, but don't panic over internet rumors. Stick to your long-term plan, diversify sensibly, and don't let FOMO drive your decisions. The world of finance moves slowly. Don't jump ship every time someone yells, "Sea monster."